Hello and welcome to the Mystical Institute of Healing Arts. My name is Alicia McNaughton and I will be your host for today's class, which is all about the 17 breath meditation and your MERKABA field, based on the teachings of Dronalvo Melchizedek and the Flower of Life work. I invite you to sit back and get comfortable, get yourself a glass of water, light a candle, burn some incense. And we're going to be going on a journey of education. We're going to be going on a journey following this. If you would like to fast forward to the meditation, the second half of this will be the actual guided 17 breath meditation. And this is a crystal in the shape of a MERKABA. Crystal quartz here. And this is a Flower of Life grid board. And these are some flowers from my neighborhood that wanted to come to class today. I'll give you an idea, see if we can get the glare off of it, of what a MERKABA would look like with you inside. This is part of your energetic anatomy, but it does need to be activated. So today you're going to learn how to do that. And we're going to go through this book here. So there's a lot of information in here about sacred geometry, about spiritual ascension work, and how your MERKABA can assist you with raising your vibration and protection and helping you to connect better in the higher dimensions with your master guides, teachers, and light beings, and how clearing this whole process really is. Now, this was brought through a while ago, so depending on when you're watching this, I learned it at the Omnidimensional Mystery School from somebody who learned it directly from Dronalvo Melchizedek back in the 90s, or the late 80s, early 90s, around that time. And since then, he's come up with a few different ways of doing it, where you don't have to go through all of these steps, and it's been happening a lot faster since the layers of energy have been raising in consciousness after 2012, and many of you are awakening. So this is old information, but it is good information, and it is one of the classics of the New Age material that has helped bring about consciousness in the higher dimensions on the physical plane. I highly recommend it. It was incredibly powerful for me at the time. I've learned different methods personally with different teachers that did not learn from Dronalvo Melchizedek on how to activate the MERKABA using crystals and drawing it into the field when you're doing an energy session, and visualizing this MERKABA coming down around the body, asking your spirit guides to create your MERKABA field and meditations, all of which have been very effective. I've done guided meditations to run light down from the central sun down into what we call the sun tetrahedron, which is this portion, this triangle here, where the sun would come down in here and fill yourself up, and then you would release out what's called the earth tetrahedron out into Pachamama, Mother Earth, so that you can clear yourself. This is also extremely activating. So there's different types of healing energies. There's Reiki, which is very common, and it's warm and loving and very gentle. It can be powerful, but it eases into the tissues. It's very soft in its way of doing work. Activation is more like lightning energy. It's very strong, and it can really move energy fast. And that's not always comfortable. That can send a person into what's called a healing crisis or a healthy healing crisis. And one can start to experience what you would call ascension symptoms. So when you're detoxing, even if you're doing a juice cleanse or a yoga practice, or even after a good massage or a sauna treatment, your body's going to purge. It's going to drop toxicity. It's going to let go of anything that's not in your body's highest good. And you want to drink lots of water, and you want to support the body while it's going through that cleansing process with healing herbs that are supportive to the liver, like milk thistle. And you want to eat healthy, nutritious food, get lots of rest, allow your feelings to come up, journal, and create a support system for that healing process. So this is one of the components in a person's healing process. It's a very popular modality. A lot of people want to learn this because you can do the 17 breath meditation in about 5 minutes once a day. According to this teaching, it's recommended that once you begin doing this MERKABA meditation, that you keep doing it. And you keep doing it anywhere from a month to about 2 years, every single day. And it's back then, and according to my first teacher, the one who studied with Jernoble Melchizedek, she had mentioned that she noticed if people stopped doing the meditation, that the MERKABA would stop spinning. And forgive me, I'm looking for the page where it says exactly how much time, because I know it's on here. I think it's in here. Let me just take a look at it. Yeah, it says, once you've begun to awaken, well, we'll just read the whole thing. The work and practices to come are holy and sacred and will result in you being changed forever. If this does not feel like the right path for you at this time, then don't do it. Wait until you feel sure that this is the right and correct path for you. Once you have entered upon this path, there really is no turning back. You will know, and you will have experienced too much in the higher chakras. It is the actual experience of the MERKABA that will change you and your life. It will alert your higher self of your desire for increased consciousness and awareness. This will alter your life on earth, and you will begin to grow spiritually and find major changes in your life within days or weeks of beginning this practice. Whatever has stopped you from growing spiritually will disappear, and whatever you need will appear. It is spiritual law. Once life is aware of your awakening, it will assist you. Then once you have begun to awaken, life will use you to further unfold it. It is recommended that once you begin, you commit to the meditation practice once a day. Here's where it says it. Yeah, that's what I thought. So then it says, definite problems can occur if you stop doing the practice each day before your MERKABA is permanent and you have become a conscious breather. If you stop doing the practice too early, then your MERKABA will stop living or spinning after about 47 or 48 hours. It is not known exactly how long you will need to do this practice daily before it becomes permanent, but it is estimated at 6 months to approximately 2 years. So it just depends on where you're at in your spiritual journey. I had already been doing lots of activations prior to learning the 17 breath meditation. I had heard of it and I had been interested in it, but it just hadn't been the right time for me to learn it. And even though I had been through a great deal of training when I started this, it was incredibly strong for me. I had massive clearings every single day. I actually had to take some breaks from it. and talked to some of my other teachers about it, saying, do I need to do this every day? Because this is really intense. I was sitting down and meditating for lengths of time, just allowing these layers to come off, like the layers of the onion, the layers of energy and density were just coming off of me so fast. It was emotional process, and I was very tired. I was also very active at the same time, like there was a lot of lightning energy coming in. But it takes energy to process that kind of clearing work. So I spoke to another teacher of mine who had done this practice herself, and she herself did not believe that you needed to do it every single day. And I noticed when I stopped doing it every day that it was easier for me. But I'm giving it all to you, that we all have our own experiences with energy medicine. So it's very personal. We can all share our experiences with you, and you can take what you like and leave the rest. But I will say I am really glad that I did it. I have a much higher vibration now. It's a lot easier for me to connect with my spirit guides. Anytime I feel like I need to put on a layer of protection before going and working with a room full of people, I can do this 17 breath MERKABA meditation and know that I will have this really beautiful protection around me. Lower vibration cannot enter into your MERKABA. And this is also how you can astral travel and go on journeys when you're doing guided journey work, which is fantastic. It's when you see orbs in pictures, those glowing balls of light that look very spiritual, and it's really exciting when you see them. What you're seeing are spirit beings inside of their MERKABA ship. So it is your own ascension vehicle. It's very, very interesting. I'm teaching it now after doing it for about 3 years, and now it's permanent. There was a day where I asked Spirit to help me to activate this, and they came in and they started to, build my MERKABA in a meditation. I was seeing this clairvoyantly, and I saw it, and then they said permanent. And when they did that, I still hadn't been doing this meditation every single day. I just sort of skipped ahead, since I had already been transvocal channeling, I had already been teaching, I was already a Reiki master. I had been, practicing metaphysics for a good 10 years at that point. So I had a very good connection with my spirit guides. However, I'd still had a lot of ancestral karmic cleansing that I was doing at that time. So something that helped me tremendously with that process, in addition to this, was doing the Monarchy rites, which I do have available on my YouTube channel and on Vimeo for free if you feel you need a little bit of extra help. So that being said, we are able to build our MERKABAs faster than we could before the harmonic convergence. There have been a couple of them, which was a time where there was a lot of higher vibrational energies coming down to the planet to help us to connect with our higher self. And that has happened since these teachings, from what I understand. I don't have the exact dates, I apologize for that, but I'm just giving you a general idea of how humanity has evolved over time. So there's still a lot of good that can come from this meditation. It's free. It's something that you can do every single day. It's great to do if you're going to start a channeling practice and you want to start connecting with your spirit guides. This is a wonderful thing that you can do for protection. I often hear people asking me how they can protect themselves from negative energies. Well, this is a powerful way to do that. Now, what it's not going to protect you from is your own healing process. So if you already have a whole lot of negative energy that's in you, that's going to have to come out, and it's going to make that happen. It's going to force it out of you, which is hard to do. But you want to do it. I mean, you're going to feel so much better after you do it, but it's kind of like a birth. You're going to be going through this cleansing. Okay, so there's my disclaimer, I do recommend it though. I am really glad that I have done this. So we'll just start to share about this. I'll let you look at this amazing picture here. You can read what it says. We're just taking a look at energetic anatomy. Okay, so there is an energy flow through the chakras, and from the chakras, the meridians reach out to each cell in the body. And there is prana field close to the body generated by the chakra or the meridian flow. Next, there is an auric field that extends out a few feet, generated by our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, that is surrounded by an egg-shaped energy field. Out past the egg, we begin to see the geometric fields of light that make up the human light body. The MERKABA is a potential of geometric fields of light and is created through consciousness. So I'll show it to you again. All right. So the human being is surrounded by numerous geometric fields of energy that are electromagnetic in energy within this dimension. The MERKABA extends into all possible dimensions, and in each dimension uses the laws of that dimension to manifest. And these are all taken from this book here. So you can order this book. It's called The Ancient Secret of the Flower of Life, Volume 2 by Dronabel Melchizedek. And this is a PowerPoint presentation that I got from my school when I learned this, and I'm just sharing it. It's written in bigger print, so it's easier for us to take a look at here than the book. So they really break it down. It isn't super necessary for you to understand every single component to be able to do the practice, but sometimes people are really curious, right? So the star tetrahedron is the source of all geometric fields around the body. If you were to follow the energy lines of the star tetrahedral field to their source within the body, you would be looking at the tiny star tetrahedral field of the original 8 cells called the egg of life, located in the exact geometric center of the body. The creation of life is geometric. Mitosis moves through sphere to tetrahedron, to star tetrahedron, to cube, to sphere again, and finally to torus. Okay, so here's a picture again of the egg of life. Here's a bigger picture, and this just goes over how the cells divide and how you can see the cube inside. All of the different cell divisions. This is the torus field or the toroidal field, and this is your heart. So your heart chakra is here, and this is extending out around you, and it's a little bit like a donut. So if you were to envision, a person, and then the donut shape would be coming out around the person. So this would be in the center of the donut, and the toroidal field would be around the person, like this. So that's what they're trying to show here, is the big donut around the person in the middle. And that's your heart energy. People who have beautiful heart energy, you can feel them when they walk into the room. They immediately help you to feel at ease and loved, and it tends to relax everyone. And people who have a beautiful heart chakra are wonderful healers, and they just seem to have an easier time. People aren't as triggered around that energy. All right, so this is what we had just went over about activating the MERKABA for about 2 years. Okay. Okay, so one thing that they want you to know is that it's interlocked. Okay, so this whole meditation is not just one 6-pointed star, but 3 tetrahedrons, one neutral that stays in the center and does not spin, one male that spins counterclockwise, and one female that spins clockwise. So the female spins to the right, the male spins to the left, the neutral stays in the center, and it kind of looks like this. Okay, so we'll go, so it's all overlapped on top of each other. So this being the MERKABA, let me see if I can show it to you a different way. And the triangles, you can see the triangle here. 1, 2, 3 points of this triangle or tetrahedron shape. And then there's another one here, here, and here. And there's one triangle going to the sun, and there's one triangle going to the earth. And then there's a third one that you can't really see in this crystal, in this crystalline structure. So they just want you to imagine it or envision it. And just when you look at this, when you're thinking of the exercise that we're going to do, where we're going to make it spin and it's going to become your ascension vehicle, they just want you to think of 3 overlapping. And we'll do a guided meditation to explain it. They just want you to get the visual down. Okay, so one spinning one way to the left, one spinning to the right, and one staying neutral when we do the activation meditation. And again, here's a great photograph of you inside your MERKABA fields. So I went over the earth and the sun tetrahedron with you already. For a male body looking out, his sun tetrahedron has a point facing forward, so pointed at you in a very phallic way. That should help you to understand that this is the male tetrahedron when it's facing this way, and it's pointed out. Okay. And the flat side is behind him. The female is the opposite. When the female body is looking out, her sun tetrahedron has a flat face. Okay, and the point is in the back, behind her. So they just look a little bit different. Again, you don't have to get super scientific about it. This is just information for people who enjoy learning this type of detailed science behind our sacred geometry and energetic anatomy. Spherical breathing and remembrance of the MERKABA is part of what we need to learn though. So begin by creating a place in your home that is holy and sacred for you. Create a private space where you will not be disturbed. Maybe a small altar with candles. Learn to create this living MERKABA around your body and make conscious contact with your higher self. Enter into this meditation once daily until the time comes when you are a conscious breather, and we'll do breath work and teach you what that means. Remembering with each breath your intimate connection with God comes in. So I have created a little altar here, and there is, candles and incense, and we're in my meditation room. So the vibration is always higher in here because this is where I come to do that. It's like having your own sacred temple that opens up the space to always take you into the higher dimensions faster. Okay. So to begin the meditation, first sit and relax. Sitting in a chair or lotus style is suggested. Let go of the worries of the day and breathe rhythmically. Place your attention on the Christ chakra, which is located about 1 centimeter above your sternum. Okay, that's also known as the high heart. And we're talking about Christ consciousness as a metaphysical term. If you are a religious person, this is a different way of learning about how to be Christ-like. If you're not a religious person, you're just thinking about it as someone who walked the earth, who was able to completely embody their higher self and finish the ascension process. So that's why they call it that. But you are actually connecting with your higher self here. If you like working with ascended masters, and you can work with any of the ascended masters, they just call it Christ consciousness a lot in early metaphysics back in the 80s. So place your attention on the Christ chakra, which is located about 1 centimeter above your sternum. Open your heart and feel your love for Source and for the planet and for all life everywhere. When you begin to feel love in your beingness, you are ready to move towards the experience of the MERKABA. The degree that you are able to love will be the degree that you will be able to experience the living MERKABA. So this is an overview of the meditation. There are 17 breaths to reach completion. The first 6 are for balancing the polarities within your 8 electrical circuits and for the cleansing of these circuits. So polarities, light, dark, masculine, feminine, polarities. So the next 7 are to reestablish the proper pranic flow through your chakra system and to recreate what is called spherical breathing within your body. The 14th breath is unique. It changes the balance of pranic energy in your body from the 3rd dimension to the 4th dimension in awareness. The last 3 breaths recreate the counter-rotating fields of the living MERKABA within and around the body. So again, one will be spinning to the right, one will be spinning to the left, and one in the center is still, and they are all overlapping. Boom, 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 all together in the MERKABA around your body. So breath 1, and we're looking at the sun tetrahedron. Open your heart and begin to feel love for all life everywhere. In your mind, become aware of the focus of the sun tetrahedron. The male energy with the apex pointing upward. Males have a point facing forward and females have a point facing the back. And this is just to help you to envision what your MERKABA would look like. See the sun tetrahedron filled with brilliant white light, the color of lightning. Feel the energy of lightning as if it fills the tetrahedron. And the tetrahedron is one of the triangles. So these are the mudras. So this is what you're going to do with your body. At the movement of inhalation, slightly place your thumb and your first finger together with your palms facing up. With your lungs empty, begin to inhale, breathing with a complete yogic breath, breathing only through your nostrils. Simply breathe from your stomach, and then your diaphragm, and then your chest. Do this in 1 movement, not 3. The inhalation is continuous and should be from 5 to 7 seconds. So filling up the belly with the breath, filling up the chest, and then filling up the head, and then deflating the head, deflating the belly, deflating the lower body. Yogic breath. Feeling love for all life everywhere. Become aware of the focus of the earth tetrahedron, which is female. Again, males have a point facing backwards at this point, and females have the point facing forward. Be aware of the flat top of the triangle at the base of the top of the earth. Oh, the earth tetrahedron. That passes through your chest at approximately 3 inches below the Christ chakra. So that's where it should be. Approximately at the solar plexus, with a pulse-like energy, send all of the negative energy down through the tip or apex of the tetrahedron going down. A light will shoot out the tip and the tetrahedron will move into the center of the earth. Now, if you live upstairs, you want to make sure that you're envisioning the negative energy going below the foundation of the house, not into your neighbor's house, if you can help it. So the light will usually appear dark and muddy. Do not worry about the energy entering Mother Earth. She is fully able to assimilate this energy. Do not hesitate at the top of the inhalation to begin the exhalation. Exhale slowly for approximately 5 to 7 seconds in a yogic manner through the nostrils. When the air is out of the lungs, relax the chest and the abdomen and hold your breath for approximately 5 seconds. This exercise can be performed with your eyes open. Maybe you can follow along with me better if I do this. There, that should be better. Okay, so this exercise can be performed with your eyes open or closed. Move your eyes towards each other and slightly cross your eyes. Now bring them up to the top of their sockets by looking upward. You may feel a sensation between your eyes and your third eye. Now very quickly look downward to the lowest point you can see. You may feel an electrical sensation down your spine. This combined exercise will clean out the negative thoughts and feelings that have entered your electrical system in this particular circuit. Specifically, it will clean out the part of your electrical system associated with the particular mudra that you are using. Immediately upon pulsing your eyes downward, change mudras to the next one and begin the entire cycle over again for the second breath. So for the second one, you're going to do thumb and middle finger together. The first 6 breaths for balancing the polarities and cleansing your electrical system are now complete. There are 8 electrical circuits in the body coming from the 8 original cells. It is necessary to physically balance only 6 circuits to achieve balance in all 8. Therefore, if 6 points of the star tetrahedron are balanced, the last 2, located at the head and below the feet, will automatically become balanced. That is why there are only 6 balancing and cleansing breaths for the 8 electrical circuits. Okay, so first mudra, second mudra, third mudra, fourth mudra, and then back here. Fifth mudra, and then when you get here, you're going to put your thumb and your 2 fingers together, okay? Yeah, I need to do this whole thing over again.
Feel the love of creation. Feel this love and feel it in your body. And know that it is all around you. Allow yourself to stay within this love throughout this meditation. Experience this love within your own personal and sacred space. And when you are ready, put your thumb and your first finger together. Breath 1. Visualize the sun tetrahedron filled with white light, the color of lightning, and begin to breathe in. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Thumb and middle finger together. Breath 2. Inhale, sun tetrahedron. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Thumb and third fingers together. Breath 3. Inhale, sun tetrahedron. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Thumb and little finger together. Breath 4. Inhale, sun tetrahedron. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Thumb and first finger together. Breath 5. Inhale, sun tetrahedron. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Thumb and second finger together. Breath 6. Inhale, sun tetrahedron. Exhale, earth tetrahedron. Hold your breath. Eyes in, up, and pulse down. Breath 7. Thumb and first two fingers together. Inhale. Prana flowing into a tube, meeting in the middle, going into a small sphere behind the navel. Exhale, breath 7, and the sphere expands to about the size of a grapefruit. Inhale, breath 8, and the sphere gets larger and larger. Exhale, breath 8, and the sphere will reach its full size at the bottom of this breath. Inhale, breath 9, and the sphere continues to get brighter and brighter and brighter. Exhale, breath 9, and the sphere gets brighter still. Inhale, breath 10, and the color changes from white to gold and ignites like the sun. Exhale, breath 10 through the mouth, power breath, and the sphere expands, surrounding the whole body. Inhale, breaths 11, 12, and 13 are now to stabilize the sphere. Just relax and breathe in. Exhale, breath 11, and just relax and breathe. Inhale, breath 12, and just feel the prana going into the tubes and forming at the navel. Exhale, breath 12, and just continue to feel this flow of prana forming at the navel. 13, the last stabilizing breath for your sphere. Exhale, breath 13. Prepare to change your mudra at the bottom of this breath, the relaxation mudra. Inhale, breath 14, and bring the sphere up to the high heart located at the sternum. This is the relaxation mudra. Exhale, breath 14, and you can pause and just feel the love flowing in with the divine energy. At this stage of the meditation, you can relax your breathing and just feel the love of this higher vibrational way of breathing. Breathing into non-judgment and to unconditional love. And let this feeling permeate throughout all of your being. You can stay here for as long as you wish before breaths 15, 16, and 17, which are the actual activation breaths for your MERKABA field. The love you share is eternal. To continue this meditation, please return to your deep pranayama breathing, only through the nostrils. Inhale, breath 15, equal speed. Exhale, power breath through the mouth. Inhale, breathe in. Breath 16. 34, 21. Exhale through the mouth, power breath, and the disc expands. Inhale, breath 17. 9/10 the speed of light. Exhale through the mouth, power breath. Congratulations, you have now activated and created your living MERKABA field, a living field of love. Here you can connect and experience your direct and intimate connection to source energy. Continue staying in this place of love for as long as you like. Namaste.